Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Book of Hours. Let's dive right in. So, where were we? We had a fairly moderate previous episode. We finished off learning our lessons and resupplied on a bit of sacrament calcite. So that's a good thing. I remember though we are low on Solomon's preparation, so we might want to make some of that if we have the right materials. We have two blue flowers. I don't think we can learn. We can blue crown, sure. Okay, so we can in fact grow some of that. Let's do so, as that is our stock of Solomon's preparation. As for where we can get it from, ink of containment, apparently. So there's the easy one. I knew there was an easy way of making it. Just couldn't quite remember. Put that in there, and then yeah, some of this would be good enough. We can do that since you know we will want to. We are working on getting an assistant who we will make use of today. Oh, Sunny. We can go ahead and acquire Frost, that, into there. Ascendant Harmony. So we need two of those. We don't need that, in fact. Take it out. There we go. We can just do this for the Ascendant Harmony. Okay, what else are we doing? I wanted to try that thing again, didn't I? I think moth memory is what we needed for this. 2, 4, so that 6, the skin shock mead is 6, and then that would be, we need 3. So we do have Curious Hunch and a Name Day Riddle, both, and also Wind in Waiting, but we tried that last time, didn't we? Suppose we try again, see if we were just crazy. Restore. Sure. This one. This with that. We don't care about the fucking moon. We want the other one, which it hasn't revealed to us, even though we have that. Okay. Put that in there instead. Sure. Leathy. Out. There we go. Something. I suppose we do. No, that'd be one short. What gives us moon? A good amount. A good amount being more than 2. I don't think anything here does. I suppose Trist. Do we have any moon? I don't think we do. None of these give moon. doubt we'd see it anyway. Could throw in an egg. Got an egg somewhere, right? Gull's egg. There's a chimeric lava. That thing. So you'd think... Oh, fuck it. We tried. I'm going to assume it doesn't work. Anyway. So what were we doing? Kind of got hyper-focused on that. We are working on the Sights and Sensations 15, which will require the Wind in Waiting and an Ascendant Harmony, and a plus Frost, I believe. We're making a bit of Solomon's Preparation. We could make more with the other plus Whist. I think that's worth it, honestly. Let's see who we get out of the inn. And then after we decide, or after we see who we get out of the inn, engineer. Okay. So an engineer will help us. There, technically. And that's about it. Sure. There. And there. And there. Okay, so quite a few places. Which would be... we can leave the Grail for now. We can focus on probably this one here, Worm-Eaten Hall. Yeah. Well, we're going to be doing both, I think. Smoky Chamber and Worm-Eaten Hall using Forge, because while we can do Knock, I don't think we can do Heart as easily. Yeah, okay. So we will hire you. We will need to give you... you start off on 4, so we can give you that, which will bring you up to 7, 8, 9 from a memory. Need to give you 3 more? Yeah, or 2 more. 3 or 2. As benefits us. We do have a tool, obviously, so that can be 1, which would put you on 10. Yeah. I don't think we can just show you a clock or a weapon. So tool, or we can just go ahead and give them some of this, which is honestly quite good. So that plus themselves is 9, plus that is 12. So we can just do that way, which will leave us enough time probably to grab someone else. So we will do so. Grab you, talk to you about that. While that's working, what else do we want to do? Let's read some books, why not? Catalogue a few books. We have a whole bunch. Got some tucked away up here. And one up here. I know we should try and diversify to not have them all, you know, high chance of maladies, but there's a few ducks, eh? Here into go chapped. Here, not quite. Go fast. Into here. Place a fet. Up here. Place the other fet. Pick up a few more books. Sure. We got 2 desks, so we'll use both of them. And throw in, sure, health. We kind of want to use our health for plants. Snatch up a load of blue flowers while we have them. We have that. We will put to work another. As they are good for giving to people who like winter. Here we have an ascendant harmony. Cool. So we can commit sights and sensations. Wind in waiting, ascendant harmony, one of the flutes that got merged, and this. Yep, Didymos. So I will make a note of that, as it's honestly easier to have a big list of all of them that I can control F in rather than trying to figure out where and why. This. Didymos, there we go. And that is, if I recall, very strong. Quite a few steps to get to it, but if we do, we have it. Talk to you about some fuel. We have a book. Hang on, let me real quick check, see if this is done. Not quite. Okay, so The History of Inks, a legendary grimoire of exotic ink making lore. The cover and some of the pages, unfortunately, are stained and crusted with something more like mucus than ink. Ugh. Well, that sounds like it's going to have some ink of power, ink of revelation, or ink of the other one for us. Ud Rakashas, an anonymous confession, an anonymous confessional account of an unsanctioned activities by the nuns of St. Brandon's. The title is a Hanavek phrase that might be translated as "the spirit flees the shadowed places." Okay. Kernawek Henavek. Sure, we don't know that language. The Rose of Nuriel, a volume of collected teachings. I notice that has some blood on it. A volume of collected teachings of the Sisterhood of the Knot, that arcane contemplative order that existed in all histories, but in some ways was very powerful indeed. But in some, yeah. This was recorded by Nuriel and dedicated to St. Tryphon. Well, let me just check for any fucking maladies on this one. Bloodlines. If I open this book at the right page, I'll find words that slowly ooze blood. Over time, those words will increase in number. This infestation can affect your herb and chaw and spread to nearby objects. You can remove it with a skill that's effective against infestations and at least 7 moth. Okay, it can spread to nearby objects, so we will put it up here in the timeout area, as we have a few of these that we've just never bothered to fix. I realise we still have that occult scrap, don't we? A thing that gives us occult scrap. Commandments for the preservation of all that exists. Black Eli, Damascian matriarch of the Sisterhood of the Knot, was imprisoned by the Emperor Didius Julianus. She reportedly instructed that these secret doctrines be recorded in writing to preserve against their loss. Regrettably, the story goes, Didius Julianus ordered that the work be entombed with her in an unmarked sepulchre. I don't know that word. It's some sort of entombment. Sepulchre. I think like a small room, maybe. A journey to the Grove. Black Eli, who much later became Damascene matriarch, we just learned about that person, of the Sisterhood of the Knot, recounts her journeys to the Grove of Green Immortals. Oh. Nin's Cages. Brugger's text illuminated. The merciful measures of the witch Nin. This is only a partial version of the original, but it contains illustrations by Nin's pupil, Maybelline of Brugger's, which supplement the original. Good to know, but that's written in a language we have no clue about. So, I'm going to quickly put some down. Isn't that... Yeah, that's our Newman book. What's it doing up there? Put it back down here. Sure. Sure, that's fine. 10... that's not fine. We've run out of space. Bollocks. What can we do? I can just, I suppose, shove all of our unknown books over there. Unmastered books, even. That'll be fine. Sorry, that's also an unmastered book. Hello? You're gonna fit down? You're not gonna fit down there, why not? Commandments for the preservation of all that exists. By the way, did I? Yeah, no. It's a thing. Heart. We might struggle with that because Deep Mandaic doesn't help us. Our strongest heart is a 5 skill plus 3, 8. We should have an ink. I mean, we got Prohibate, that's about it. And technically Houndsghoul, but it's a bit of a waste to throw Houndsghoul at it. So that's what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from a memory. We'd be taking a risk, I think, if we tried to do that. As in, like, trying to roll the dice on it. It's doable. I don't fully know if we'd want to. Rakasha, sure. I'll put it down here just because we're running out of space up there. And Rose 14, I'm pretty sure we're a ways off on that. So this can go up here. And this can go over there. Instead, it can go there. There we go. Unhatched hymns. Hymns attributed to Saint Lucia the Eyeless, patron of the glassworkers and name of the hour called Meniscate. Okay. Written in Sabazine. We don't know that language. Okay. So Saint Lucia of the Eyeless. Did she live here? I know we have the Meniscate. Well, this one here, this lady, this hour. Hmm. Oh well. We can't read that at this time, so put it down up here. Cool. A few more books catalogued. Why don't we keep doing that? Which of these were we planning on using today? I don't think we're going to use any more of them. We might. Let's see who we get out of the inn. A poet. Winter, maybe? Moth, perhaps. Suppose, yeah, we can do winter here. So base 4, we would have to recover our plus whist, which would be 3. Wherever the fuck that's gone, it's gone into there. We might have time, probably do have time. So 7 plus some of this is 11, which would be enough. Do that. Just gotta wait for this to be ticked by. Cool, they are ready to be put to work. Which one do we want to do? This one or this one? Question. I think this one. Sure. And then we can hire you. Bring you back. Immediately give you some of this stuff. It's fresh. Flowers. Some more flowers. And some of this. We will need to recover. Where'd it go? Plus whist. In here. Cool, that's all good. We will throw this down here. And the flowers over here. There we go. Excellent. He's gonna have to wait, but either way he would be needing to wait for that, so we should have time today. We should have time today. Dynamos. It's persistent. I remembered it was persistent. We weren't just making this for the shit of it. The sky. Hang on. So, how much better is this than a Wind in Waiting? Wind in Waiting has sky 6, moth, scale, and grail 3. So it's kind of just instead of moth, scale, and grail, lantern, winter, and knock. It also has some evolve thingies. But hey, look, we have a way of making Dynamos. So it isn't just like a crazy waha thing that we found at one point by mistake. That is relevant to our book, isn't it? I'll have a look at that bit. But first, and it's persistent. Cool. Okay, cool. That is something that I definitely made a note. Yes, I made a note of. It's a thing. If we had it in greater power, would that be of better use to us? Not really. It's just kind of there as an option. It's very difficult to come by, but I suppose it evolved via harmonic history and hushery might be of benefit to us at some point. Also, if we wanted 2 memories of 6 sky for whatever reason, we could go crazy with that. I suppose we can, be giving memories to people to help them with this. Hey look, we opened a room. Cookpit Tower, Governor's Office. The Governor's Office, quietly luxurious, at least by the standards of the Cookabit. Collars was devoted to his cause and his service, but he did insist on his little pleasures. I'll say this. By the way, purple is a very rare pigment. I think I've mentioned this before. Of like, it's very historically, you wouldn't get purple as a pigment, short of like butterfly wings or that sort of thing. Like it was very hard to acquire. So painting a room like that, it's quite exuberant. Hey, look, Sir David Green. This bust is carved from reddish granite. Wasn't there something about there was a lady in her visit to Green Immortals or something? Wonder if it refers to Green. No, it was green without the E. Maybe they were unrelated. I don't think we need to add this fella to our tower. Not tower, staircase of busts. Genealogical chart. 6 years ago, King George's heir, Edward, killed him in a quarrel over Edward's womanizing. The kingdom was saved from constitutional collapse by Henry Huddleston Abney Hastings. God, that sounds like a noble name if I've ever heard one. 13th Count of Loudun. Loudun? Like London, but London... Count of Loudun, who claimed descent through the Plantagenet line. Heaven lift the new king, sure. Fuck. Sure. That's it's a family tree. Bit of a suspect one. I mean, it's not a good sign when a family tree goes around in a circle, you know? If you can draw a circle on a family tree. I guess technically you can't, like, they're not. If those two were related there, that'd be a problem. And I guess, can anyone see any other circles? That's a bit of a circle right there. What the fuck? 2 into 1, then 1 in there, and then that. But then that got crossed out. I wonder why. That there's been crossed out. That there's been crossed out. This has been drawn. I don't know what that means. That would also be a suspicious. Because then that would be... Oh, those two aren't even... Where did this come from? It's probably supposed to be more detailed than it actually is, but this guy just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know. And then followed this line down to here, but also if we follow this line back up here, again, these aren't... Like, this guy had a child, and then that child's, like, friends kind of continue the lineage. I don't know. But yeah, whenever you see a family tree, look for circles. Anyway, Catwink. Hey, look, some ink. We forgot about that one. A typewriter. Ooh, and blank. Weirdly. I wonder if that gets used. And we have a desk. Oh, look at that. Neat. Pile of papers. Sure. And some uncatalogued books from the nocturnal period. Interesting. We have a new desk. Isn't that great? We can probably use it for something, can't we? Chap. Just, you know, test the desk works and everything. Up here we have a stifling chamber. No fires visible, no scorch marks, no smoke, but this room pulses with sultry heat. My head swims as I approach the threshold. Okay. There's another bust in there. Ooh. Wonder if we can add that to our staircase. There's a thingy player, music. sound, noise. We want one of those. We want noisemaker for our books without words. We do have. So we got this thing here, right? So we have had this thing, which is a real film. We have the film, you know, that noise. Unfortunately, because it's written in Hyksos, we don't have that language, so we haven't been able to use it. Don't worry, I haven't been forgetting that is a thing we can do, because it just isn't. But phonograph record, maybe is that a phonograph player? Maybe it might be. Like there's like vinyl, which are the big black round discs that you kind of like put on top and then put the needle on and then it spins. But there's also like something that fits that shape, and like you put the tube in and it like slots in, and then the tube rotates around. I think. Maybe I'm crazy. Mazed cell. A leathery burgundy mesentery a leathery burgundy mesentery. What the fuck? Has spread out of and around the doorwell of this ceiling. Chitin. I don't even know that word. Fungus. It crumbles beneath my hands, emitting choking fumes. It'll be impossible to enter the cell without clearing it. As someone, if you can ever hear me breathing, by the way, like that is because I lived in a place with black mold, and that fucks up your lungs. So yeah, don't like find a mysterious fungus and like grab it and just like, you know, crush it and breathe in the fumes. It's probably not a healthy thing to do. Also, what the fuck is that? That kind of looks like either tentacles or rings or something. See that? And maybe another desk. Who knows? There's also a bed. Anyway, don't breathe mold or fungus into your lungs, because that shit is alive and it doesn't want to not be alive. Anyway, add this to our desk of floating inks. I think we have. We found ways of making catwink. It's a very easy Moon 5 recipe. What does it do for us? 2 moon, 2 scale. Good to keep in mind, I guess. We haven't really bothered making a replacement since the last load we used. Anyway, our desks are actually free. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, 1, 2, 3. All of these. Let me just double check. A bunch of fatigued, but nothing afflicted. Cool. We're happy with that. What can we throw into here? Throw in... yeah, just... metal, sure. Into here. I know that Arab can go in the other one. I know that Shaw can go up here. So that should be all of our verbs for the day. This will go into here with that. Awesome. Did we forget about... No, we are recovering our thing. If we have time. Books. The Ascendant. The Edgelong Dardesh boasts of her victories over her brother enemy Tarek in the days of the Shadowless Empire. Sure. The Admonitorium Automata Project. Footage of experimental devices under development in the Kukubit under Governor Collar's supervision. Sure. Footage of experimental devices under development in the I mean, the idea of the word devices implies tools, right? Or it suggests tools, so that'd be interesting, and we can probably learn it. It goes into here. So we can do something there now. This we can't do anything with, we don't have the language. I might start depositing things down here, because we get our current spaces are getting full, and I know I just cleared that out, might have to repurpose it. The most sorrowful end of the Lady Nonna. An unauthorized account of the death of Abbess Nonna, written by Eusebia, one of the two sisters accused of having murdered Nonna through poisoning and arts unsanctioned. Eusebia awaits execution in Eusebia, awaiting execution, intends to hide this account in her cell. Keeper's skin. This book is blotched with keeper skin, a luminous fungus that grows in the wood we see in sleep, and enters the world when a dreamer inhales its spores. Again, stop inhaling Stop inhaling the bad. Only breathe good, fresh, clean air, or soot. Soot is dead. I mean, it's not good for you, soot, but like, it's better to inhale just like dead thing than living thing. A lot of, I know, shush before you start pointing out like arsenic and whatever. You know what I mean. Keeper skin contamination can affect your Arab and chore and spread to nearby objects. You can remove it with a skill that is effective against corruptions. You've provided at least 7 nectar. Okay. Arab and chore. We don't technically need it for this, though we're going to quarantine that as well. In the totally effective quarantine strategy of just kind of putting them near each other. They can spread to each other just fine, but as long as they don't spread elsewhere. A tower rises. Fucking hell, that's an 18. The phonograph is packaged in glossy card that the phonograph is packaged in glossy card, the bright pink of a dog rose, with the words "A tower rises" in 9 languages on both sides. There is no other identifying information at all. Fuck. Good to know. We're gonna go ahead and put that down here, because we can't do anything with it, because we're very shit at rows. A tower full. Fuck, okay. Sure. The phonograph is packaged in glossy amethyst purple card with the words "A tower falls" in 9 languages on both sides. There is no other identifying information at all. There was a book, right? By the way, 16. I mean, we don't know Vrak, so bleh. But there was another book, wasn't it, that mentioned something about someone built a tower, and at the same time, like, so they built a tower, and then another tower, like when they did, another tower collapsed, and while they didn't, the architect or constructor didn't say that one caused the other, but they simply said when one tower rises another falls or something to that effect. They were cryptic about it, but I guess we have a pair now. Interesting. We put it up there, it goes sideways. And if we hold it, sure, whatever. Lastly, the high mysteries of the innermost chamber of our church solar. The secret rites of the Church of the Unconquered Sun, which held power in at least 2 histories. Do we know Fusion? I think we do. No, we don't. Okay. It's not contaminated. Oh wait. We do know Fusion. Just, we don't know it by default. There we go. We can read it because we got Azult and Ashatine and all the other ones. How many? How long can you abbreviate a thing to? Sure. Anyway. Cool. I think that's a good. Let's see if we make this in time. Aha. Just because I know that if I forget, I forget. So that is 11. That should be enough, I believe. Yeah. Hurry up. Cool. And send him to walk there. That will be all for today, I believe. We made some very good progress. We have catalogued a few more books. We found another desk. That'd be useful. Though it's way out of the way from everything else. I suppose they're all kind of spread far and wide. Yeah, good to have another desk. Good to be making headway into the prison and sort of uncovering more of its mysteries. We know there was a fire. It seems that kind of the fire was targeted towards the people in the prison. I know that people got burned out in the yard. That might have been prisoners, and then the staff room. One would assume that only staff members were killed in there, or only staff members were in there to be killed. Yeah, we're uncovering more of the mysteries, and of course the governor was fucking experimenting on people, doing weird stuff. Anyway, all this and more. We will be learning more about getting further into there. Hang on, I can form sentences and such. Next time we will be, I think, reading a few books. We have a few of these. I want to read this purely because it's a real film. I say read, you know what I mean. Look at and observe, learn. You can look at something without observing it, but you know. Anyway, we'll be learning lessons from books and mastering the books and seeing what we get. Until then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, leave a like, etc. Leave comments if you have anything to say. Nothing too spoilery, of course, but you know, if you're following along, feel free to share your thoughts and such. Anyway, until next time, peace.